Hey guys, Professor Andrew Buckley here at Cabal Martial Arts here in Keswick, here with one of my students, George. We're going to go over just a couple different options. The last few weeks we've been doing a cross-collar choke. So today I'm just going to give you a few different options. If they start kind of defending, if they start giving us different looks, just a few other things we can try. So, I'm going to start back here. George is inside my guard, okay? When we first started this, we started this with a really nice, simple way of breaking posture, okay? So, if you haven't seen that video, our YouTube channel, go to it and check it out. It's just a nice little way of breaking the posture. So, I'm gonna kind of just go into it and do it naturally. If you wanna see that video, go ahead and watch that video, okay? So, I'm gonna break George's posture down here like this. My hand, again, coming under. I'm gonna start unwrapping this lapel, open the guard kind of just a little bit, but I still have control. And now I'm gonna look at passing this off, okay? Still trying to keep George's posture. I wanna kind of keep George on top of me as much as I can here like this, okay? I'm gonna come out, hold and secure. I'm holding with my palm facing me, it's okay. If your palm just naturally happened to be away, that's okay. I find the grip isn't quite as strong, but my goal here is just to keep George on top of me. So however you want to do that, that is fine. My hand is now going to come across and I'm just going to feed it. But this time it is important that my palm is facing out. So you guys should see it's facing the camera right now. You guys aren't going to be able to see my knuckles. Okay? So palm in. And now I'm simply just going to have like a nice little kind of like wrist curl here. This should make it a little bit more uncomfortable for George. Okay, so now George has a couple options. A lot of times, they're going to address the hand that just went into the neck, okay? And why they're gonna do that is George now starts to feel the bone on my wrist here into his artery. He doesn't like it. So they're gonna try to clear it, okay? So yeah, he's gonna bring his hand in and he tries to just kind of pull it to the side here like this. So what this does now is it gives me an opportunity to come out to the back, okay? You guys can see he's tied up the left side of his body. So I'm simply going to put my hand on his elbow, or it'll come across to his sleeve here like this. And all I'm going to do now is hip out. So you're going to see my leg hit the mat, but when my leg hits the mat, watch my knee. My knee doesn't turn out. My knee's actually going to turn back in to face George. So it should still feel tight. I don't want George to feel like he can kind of hop up and start trying to pass. So as my foot opens, my knee gets turned in, I'm on his sleeve, and I'm going to hip out. And as I hip out, I want to see this elbow drop off and drop to the mat, okay? So it drops off, boom, and it drops right here. And as you guys can see, it's just falling right here onto the mat, okay? So now that we're here, George is in nice and tight to me. My hand that was on the sleeve is going to come off the sleeve, and I'm going to kind of sit up. And as I sit up, I'm going to reach right here behind his armpit. My elbow closes, and I'm just going to kind of help pull George into me here. Okay? So I'm using my abs to kind of turn into George. This should trap his left arm, and it also breaks his posture down. So George shouldn't feel like he can posture up, shouldn't feel like he can move. And now with my left hand, I'm going to open it and start to come up to my elbow. Now my left knee is going to get dragged out as I start to come up to the back. So in one motion, I'm going to lift my hips, and I'm going to drag my knee out here, just like this. Okay? Now I put it in for a hook, and then come back to the seatbelt grip here. Okay? So, we'll do that one more time. Where I'm in, use my legs. I've broken George's posture. Open. Pass this lapel off. Controlled. Pass the grip. He brings his hand up. He's trying to pull this away from his artery, which is, you know, a pretty common thing that you're going to see. Hands going to the sleeve. Foot is going to the floor, but my knees turned in towards him. I lift my hips. Slide my hips out. A good hip escape. Elbow coming to the floor. Once my elbow gets to the floor, I've curled into him. Hands reaching around to the armpit. Closing my elbow to secure. My hand that was holding the lapel, the bottom of the lapel, is going to open. And now I'm just going to hit my leg out. Now sometimes you're going to feel like your foot gets trapped. but that's okay. Like I can still start kind of coming up to the back here with my hook and seatbelt grip in, and now my hook naturally falls in, and then, you know, if you want, you can start to put a second hook into place, or we can start to come off to the side, kind of playing around with it like that. So that's just a nice little option for when they bring the hand in to try to defend. So yeah, if you like that video, guys, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel. You guys will start to see like a lot of this stuff gets there, and you can kind of go down the sequences and sequence all the stuff there. So like or subscribe on the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course if you're ever in town and want to check us out, we'd love to have you. So thanks for watching, guys.